Hey, what's going on, everyone? So I just left the theater and I saw Civil War. So let's get into this. So Civil War is directed by Alex Garland and it's also written by him. So the reason why I bring this up is it's very obvious that Alex was going for a very dystopian vibe when it came to making this film. This film felt very post-apocalyptic and it didn't need to. But then when I took a look at Alex's background of films that he's directed and screenwritten, I was like, oh, this makes sense. So the film focuses on two main people. Kirsten Dunts' character, which plays a member of the press by the name of Lee, and she finds this young aspiring photographer who wants to get into the center of the action. So the entire time I was watching this film, I was thinking, what is the point? And that's when it hit me. This movie is meant to sway your opinion in a certain direction. And that's kind of where I wanted to direct your attention into the Smith-Munn Modernization Act back in 2012, which was repealed. So let me give you the rundown of what the Smith-Munn Act actually is. So the Smith-Munn Act is actually a bill that was introduced in 2012 that prohibits the United States government from issuing propaganda on the United States people via social media, news outlets, things of that nature in order to sway the public mind in a certain direction. So while I was watching this film, there was something that kind of came up in the back of my mind. This is the propaganda piece, because the tension felt like it was centered around Antifa and their efforts over the last couple of years when it comes to the tension that's been brought on by the local police force and, of course, the military. This movie is no exception, of course. So the movie follows a group of journalists and photographers essentially wanting to be on the front lines of a very chaotic post-apocalyptic situation that is the United States that's broken off into each district. So the film starts off from New York and the aspiring photographers end up in Washington, D.C., where they want to interview the president. Over the course of an hour and 49 minutes that this film has a runtime of, they encounter a warlike territory that pits the military group against a form of insurrection. So this is where the conspiracy theorist in me comes in. So this film was meant to remind you of the storming of the United States Capitol building a couple of years ago in 2021. And that's where I think the film really wanted to get its point across. It wanted to keep you in a state of fear. But hey, that's just a conspiracy, right? So wrapping up with the post-apocalyptic imagery that you get in this film, with the tense situations that are very unnecessary, I'm giving this film a 4 out of 10. This is my review of Civil War. I'll catch y'all in the next film review. Take care.